Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I'm your Bobby today, the Parafox Archangel, the English policeman of the internet, and I welcome you all back to This is the Police, where, well, I didn't read the newspapers last time, so LGBT activist, homophobia in Freeburg at every turn. Huh, really now. During concerts, singer Genraro Caspio presents ring to admirer. Ooh, very nice. World War II naval mine discovered in city dump. Well, that's a little extreme. So, a watch pot never boils. Well, let's just see what happens. Now, hello guys, good to see you all active and doing your stuff. Hello Klaus, good to see you. Let's just begin the day and play our music. Ooh, magnificent, isn't it? From Martinstead. Jack, a new bar opened in the city and its owner promised to pour free drinks for all of the cops and firefighters. Can't speak for the firefighters, but our guys are gonna jump at this opportunity. Okay, what's that mean? Also, oh yeah, this thing. Bastion and Magmara, off you go. It's reduced chance without the whatchamacallit, but there's still a chance.
411 in progress.
Suicide threat, Freeburg School. A chemistry teacher called us to tell us that one of his graduate students is standing at the edge of the roof. He's been harassed by his classmates because he wouldn't hide his sexual orientation. It seems like the guy finally broke. Who the hell are you? Did you appear... I think you're a guy I hired, and I think I've completely forgotten about you. Carjacking. Offender caught. Well done!
910 in
Well
progress.
done. We might as well just start investigating you immediately, considering we have Beasley on call. Armed robbery. Okay. During the premiere of an animal exhibit, masked gunmen burst into the gallery, killed 2 guards, and started bagging the paintings, some of which are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some visitors and staff are still in the gallery. Well, that is a very big thing that's going on, and let's just send some people. Suicide threat, offender caught. Excellent. Did we just arrest the person who was trying to commit suicide? Yeah, no, you ain't getting help.
910
You don't
in
need it.
progress.
See? You don't need it. Robbery! An alarm at the electronics store just went off. We called, but they're not opening. It's the middle of the day, so they should be open. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Let's see. This requires at least 2 days. Noted. Ah, it's good to be the police chief. Just sitting in my office, telling all the people where to go. A slaughterhouse, you say? A group of young people block the slaughterhouse's exit, chanting, "Meat is murder!" The protesters are carrying flashy protest, and one eyewitness is seeing a weapon. Now that's where we get our attention, when the weapons get involved. Send the paddy wagon and 3 experts, and off you go. I want my bacon on my plate, please. Ooh, the Wire store. The shop window is broken and there are 2 large men with guns inside. One is cleaning out the cash register, the other is carrying a TV. Customers are lying on the floor and there's no sign of the cashier. We have you surrounded. Throw down your weapons. The robbers spot the police. The man with the TV runs to the pickup truck and the other pulls a cashier from under the counter and puts a gun to his head. Let us go quietly. Tell the hostage to duck and shoot the robbers.
910 complete.
Man, I think I'm starting to turn American with how much I'm seemingly resorting to guns. Unlawful assembly. There we go. Drug manufacturing. Lisa Gullen was in a hurry at the dentist's and accidentally went into the wrong room. I saw some people wearing white coats and masks, bottles of pills, some suspicious equipment, and different colored powders. I think they might have been drugs. Well, they probably were, but it's a matter of whether they're pharmaceutical drugs. Which I also think they were. But I'll send a few guys to deal with it. Mission from God. Really now. Mr. Boyd, I decided to build a new church for the glory of our Lord Jesus Christ, and I am beset by the greedy paws of his good servants. Just when we were about to start laying the foundation, the developer decided to raise the price of his services, threatening to disrupt our production schedule. His new demands are unchristian, simply extortionist. The Lord wants you to send your employees to talk with this developer and his men. Put a few of them in cement. We have to make it clear that these greedy heathens that the Lord's house shall be built, even on the bones of sinners. What age do you think we live in? A patrol tried to pull over a black Jeep for speeding, but the driver tried to ditch them. How is that a shooting? The woman had wandered into the offices of a pharmaceutical company next to the dentist. Yeah, I thought as much. The police car catches up with the Jeep. A dark-skinned teenager pops out of the window and starts shooting. Shoot out the wheels. The Jeep abruptly turns down an ally, but the vehicle can't handle the turn and flips over. Come out with your hands up. That's a little bit of extra cash right there. What do we have here? Mrs. Lombardi looked out the window and saw a strange, overgrown man spreading his hands. The woman whispered, I think it's some part of some satanic ritual. You know what? Fine, Mr. Churchman. Let's go see what we can do about building upon the bones of sinners. Just 'cause I think you pay me? I think? I'm not quite sure, because last time you paid me $75, and I don't classify that as being paid. Mission from God. Thank you, Mr. Boyd. $55. Vandalism. Modern gallery. An elderly security guard reported that he locked a vandal inside the gallery. The guy had already broken one of the statues with a hammer, part of the Eros versus Thanatos exhibit. No need to hurry. There's no way he's getting out of this door. But as for the other statues, I don't much mind either way. Let him smash up the... Right, alright. Well, let's go get the idiots. So, I don't know anyone's political views yet. And I don't think we're going to find that out for quite a while yet. Well done, guys. That's the end. That's the last mission of the day. Well done, well done. Let me just have a quick look at everything around here. Suppose I could send you and you onto a picnic. But beyond that, there's not really much I can do right now. Man, I just realized how many cops I've got in compared to the other one. Yeah, a couple of these guys need to be moved shift. Need to move their shifts. So the question is who? Because currently it's 12 and 15. And do we want more people in this one or this one? Very clearly this one, because you're old. So who do we move? And I'm gonna say Klaus, because he can move with, you know, whatchamacallit, Pursley. Well done, everyone. Good job. Good job today. Dragon's Lair Club hosting regional martial arts tournament. Cool. Bakery closed for disinfection. Study finds 86% of clowns are schizophrenic. Is that? I highly doubt that statistic. Yesterday I lost a bet and swallowed my car key. Fine. That's a good enough excuse, I guess. But you're coming in tomorrow. The city officials want to demolish my house because of some bureaucratic error. If I don't resolve the problem today, my family is going to have to find another place to live. Fine, but you're working tomorrow, Percy. Okay then. Let's see. I'll take that all for myself. I have now hit my money goal. What is this? Mass riot. Freeburg's Department of Housing evicted 30 30 retired construction workers from their homes. Over a decade ago, they received housing on favorable terms, their contribution to the development of the city. Most of the evicted people took to the streets demanding they be left alone and allowed to live in their homes. Wanda Parker, another retiree, is leading the demonstration. She said that they aren't formally registered as tenants, and their registration there is renewed every year by the mayor. The mayor's office stressed that no one officially lives in these apartments, so there can't be a problem in evicting homeless people. So, in other words, we're getting a load of bullcrap. Bureaucratic bullcrap. Got it. Harpooned whale. Abraham got what he wanted. Ha. Out front, there's a huge crowd of elderly people yelling. Try to calm down the crowd. Well done. Well done. Bomb threat. That's always a good one. Hello, police. I was taking out the trash and I heard a ticking sound coming from the neighbor's cans. Assault with a deadly weapon. During an English literature class, a wild dog ran in and began to snap at the students. The guy from Animal Control arrived, but he wanted to impress the kids and got out a real gun and tried to shoot the dog. At the last moment, the dog lunged, and the man shot a schoolgirl instead. The teacher attacked the shooter and also received a bullet wound in his stomach. The suspect started shouting that the whole thing was an accident and disappeared into the basement of the school. I don't think he'll resist arrest, but I'll... Oh yeah, that reminds me. I should look at these. What are you? You're missing 2, so you'll be able to complete your thing today. You will also be able to complete your thing today. So... let's put Glasgow on the Beasley case, and then I'll put Ames on Mole's case.
10-10-8.
Report bomb threat. There was no bomb in the garbage. The ticking sound was coming from an antique cuckoo clock that someone threw away. What a lovely piece, said the woman. I'm taking this inside with me. I don't blame you.
Officer on scene.
Assault with a deadly weapon. In the darkness of the basement, you can see the silhouette of a man sitting, hugging his knees, whimpering and mumbling under his breath. This should have never happened. Slowly approach the man and try to calm him down. The suspect wipes his tears away and suddenly jumps up and screams, I'm not going to jail. There's a gun in his hand. Hit him with a taser. Poor guy. Poor guy. Animal abuse. Animal rights activist Betty Madina said that the local kennel for stray animals is run by a group of sadists who mock the beasts, maim and even kill them. I've been following these monsters and I'm prepared to provide plenty of proof for their inhuman acts. Purdy, take Klaus and, you know, maybe a paddy wagon. Nah, not a paddy wagon. Just go and see what that's all about. I reckon it's a false alarm by someone just... But whatever. Mass riot, beauty salon. Television star Manuel Torreblanca was exiting the beauty salon when a group of fans noticed him. They grew so excited that they began to tear at his clothes. The actor managed to retreat and lock himself inside the salon. Hurry, I think they're going to break the shop window. I'm not sending Floridor. Floridor's the badass that deals with the shooters. I'll send Markiplier though. Well done. Well done. Apparently they were abusing the animals. Who knew? We just received an anonymous tip. There's a meat truck making a run along with the frozen meat. They're smuggling heroin hidden in the cow carcasses. The truck has an armed escort. Well, I wouldn't normally believe it, but the armed escort bit is what really leads me to thinking it may be real. So let's just send some people. A lot of people. Maybe too many people.
Officer on scene.
Drug trafficking suburb. A police car draws alongside the truck, but it doesn't slow down. There's a jeep right behind, filled with men carrying guns. This is your last warning. Stop immediately. Thank you. We are the drug dealers of the city. We are the ones that sell the heroin, not you. Several armed men stormed into the temple and started hacking up the golden statue of Buddha. Well, that's pretty damn bad. Animal assault. A man on the verge of hysteria called in. No, my house was attacked by crows. So many that they darken the sky. The sound of their cawing deafened my ears. They're surrounded the house, climbed through all the cracks, and they're threatening my whole family. Did someone have a bad trip? Because it sounds like someone's having a bad trip. We discovered a drug lab in the neighborhood. Okay, you need to tell your boys to quietly trash the place and explain to the scumbags that's not how things are done around here. Too right. We're the ones who deal with all the drugs. Suspicious individual. Sales clerk Reynaldo Cotto witnessed from behind a black visitor holding a gun, which he then quickly grabbed and hid again. Then, like nothing happened, the suspicious man continued to pursue the Vimiji. Alright, sure, why not? I'll send something for that. Koichi, Yancy, off you go. You might actually need reinforcements, because the quality of the soldiers with that particular case aren't the highest.
1112 in progress.
Human trafficking. Fuck. I need more people to come home.
413 completion.
A single raven was sitting on the roof, croaking loudly. It turns out that the man who called the station is suffering from a mental disorder. Gee, I wouldn't have guessed.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Bullcrap! Shut up.
1210 completed.
I didn't even read that last one. How? How? Go fuck yourself? No. Go fuck yourself, game. These people should not be dying. I have the really high power cops. The average is 150. You know, there really are times where I feel this game is just rigged. So that there is just like, you know, a 1% chance that just everyone dies for no reason. Because I'm pretty sure I've had that happen once or twice.
Trying to raise 10-1.
You are not getting reinforcements. Reinforcements are just a joke, honestly. Especially as you guys didn't even need it. Okay.
1112 in progress.
Alright. Human trafficking. Pulling into the road, a car cut in front of a van, which rolled over and went off the road. About a dozen foreigners climbed out of the back, could be they were brought here illegally to work construction in Freeburg. Witnesses saw some armed men at the site of the accident. We should probably go handle that. Robbery. A girl just called in, reporting that she'd been robbed near an ATM. She was crying as she spoke. He came up from behind and put a knife to my throat. I gave him my bag and he ran away. He took off with half my paycheck. Spain, Asano, off you go. Go deal with that. You two are professional enough for me not to have to deal with you, for you to be able to do these things on your own. Near an overturned van, there's a small passenger car and a truck. 3 armed men are about to finish loading up the illegal immigrants. Turn on the siren and use the loudspeaker to tell everyone to freeze. Seeing the police, the suspects fire several shots off, then jump into the truck and start to flee. Send a bullet through the truck's tires. Well done, Floridor, well done. Alright, what have we got then? Receiving stolen property. Okay, so what have we got? The mechanic. Stuart Hayes has worked at the car wash most of his life and learned all about stuff using his hands. Okay. Stuart Hayes pays the car thief in cash on delivery. Stuart Hayes uses yellow tape to mark out the space he'll need to cut the car. Stuart Hayes prefers using a replicating saw for cutting up the vehicle. The cut-up car is disguised as scrap metal loaded in a truck with a hoist and given to the rail station. Okay then, so that means that goes in there. with a hoist. I don't know what it means by a hoist. You pay in cash, you mark it off, and then you use that. Okay, apparently I got what a hoist is wrong. My bad. As for this, though. Mrs. Person, Mrs. Morrow, Judas Morrow, wife. We were very late. We were late with our mortgage payment a couple of weeks ago, but Eric got a big bonus and everything was settled. But my husband was very nervous about the money, worried that someone from work would try to rob us. They work with a lot of ex-cons. Okay. Mr. Morrow. Ashton Morrow, brother. Eric had serious money problems. 3 weeks ago, he asked to borrow some money, but I'm barely making ends meet myself. Eric began to cry and said that he'll have to deal with some bad people. Okay. Royce Wheeler, a colleague. A couple of weeks ago, Eric had an argument with his superiors. He was clearly not himself, trying to borrow money and cursing up a storm. Gabriella Olivia's secretary at the company. I recently overheard one of Eric's telephone conversations, but I could only make out a few pieces. The next meeting with the twins will be my last. That'll be a nice night. I thought he was talking about prostitutes again. Trash can. The contents of Eric's office trash can. The receipt from Eric of Eddie's Burgers, a brochure entitled Multiply Your Capital in 5 Easy Steps, a number of documents, an easy envelope stamped eviction notice, and an advertisement from the sex industry. I'm not even sure how to begin this one. Apparently that's it. The suspects are Eric Morrow. He's never had any problems with the law in the past. Lucia Bergman, well known in certain circles as a moneylender. He always gets his money back by whatever means necessary. Right, so missing person. According to the information discovered during the investigation, Eric frequents this hotel. And then, according to the information discovered during the investigation, Lucia does business at this cafe. Well, I think it's the cafe. We're gonna find out whether it's the cafe or not. Suspect caught? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Glorious. Why didn't the case end? Oh, did I need to go to both places? Then I need to order you to work tomorrow. Oh god, you're tired. You are definitely going on a picnic. High quality counterfeit money floods Freeburg. Analyst, insurance company popularity is growing. Talking parrot terrifies morgue employee. What else do you got? Yeah, you can go home. God, I hate you. No, you can't have a day off. Yes, you can go home. Okay, so I lost 2 detectives today. Big whoop. Majama, you get another stripe because I think you deserve one. And besides, we need someone with 3 stripes on this shift. Okay. So, missing person. There we go. That's not much. I'll halve that. Bomb threat. A woman draped with explosives walked into a shopping center. She set fire to the children's store and then sat down to pray. Eyewitnesses report that she is waiting for a divine sign to blow herself up. Why do we always have to deal with the crazies? I would say Stuart Hayes is probably in the bar. I'm gonna try the bar first and hope. Fraud! Oh, good. Hello, this is Bill Buckler. I called a adult phone line and asked to connect with that blonde with the big bosoms. But the girl answered was my second cousin, Cheryl. We figured out who each other was after we got to talking, and then she started crying and hung up. She's got a face like a saw blade, and she must be 50 years old. I want those two-faced... You know what? I'll send the 2 new guys, because I'm not sure whether that's actually a crime or not. Wrong place? Wrong place. God damn it. Bomb threat, every day more. The suspect is kneeling on the ground, ignoring everything around, and it seems she's praying. Suggest a prayer for her.
10-10-8 completion.
Apparently it worked.
13-10 completion.
Good, you caught the offender. Everyone's been caught. Case closed. Nothing criminal took place here. Yeah, I didn't think so. Robbery. Alcoholic Eugene Ward won $45,000 in the lottery. He returned home with his winnings and boasted about it to his drinking buddies in the yard. They all toasted Mr. Ward and congratulated him on his good fortune. Then, once he was good and hammered, they beat him up and stole the money.
412A in progress.
How many things do you need appear at once? Assault. 3 teenagers were goofing around and accidentally knocked over a rack of expensive Calder. The shop owner tried to detain them, but the young people beat him up pretty bad, grabbed a few surviving bottles and ran out. Assault. Some guys caught 2 teenagers writing racist graffiti on the wall of a house. They started beating them and the crowd has gathered, cheering them on. I think they'll kill those boys, said one eyewitness. Attempted murder. A nervous man reported that a waitress was trying to poison him with some kind of mysterious liquid. I highly doubt that at this point. The police have received several complaints about a certain bank branch. Its customers claim that they've gotten several counterfeit bills, and the branch manager denies any involvement. Let's send some people to handle that, and then Mitchell and Beard go get the criminal. Jesus, hell! How many things do you have to do at once? Mr. Boy, I have a serious problem. So do I! It's called a lack of people. And obviously, you doing something I don't think is legal and you're trying to bribe me off, which I'm willing to accept, but that's besides the point right now. The fire department raided my skyscraper in a surprise inspection and evacuated the building due to gross violations of safety. I already had everything smoothed over with the last guy, but the new chief inspector is refusing to negotiate. I want you to send your most convincing employees to his office. Tell them to show the stubborn inspector the lay of the land. I'm losing money every hour over his principles. I see. Robbery. Well done. Mafia can sell the money.
412C in.
Nervous customer didn't like the color of the coffee. Thought so.
I was trying to raise 10-1.
Shut up.
412A, we've got a situation here.
Good work. There's a homeless couple staggering around the gate where the offenders were last spotted. Beat the homeless people with nightsticks until they talk. Quickly question the homeless people. The police have cited some teenagers who fit the description of the suspects. The teen spot the police and throw a bottle of Canard in their direction. Pursue them.
412A.
Well done. Fraud. Well done. What's this? Shut up! Stop giving me this crap! Right. Let's investigate the final guy once and for all. Who the hell are you? What's going on? Assault with an offensive weapon. During an amateur champions of the popular Vaults and Lizards card game, one player, fearing he was about to lose, pulled out a knife and stabbed his opponent's hand. Then grabbed the judge and demanded that he be declared the winner. Jack, we're meeting with some potential partners from overseas. We need a couple of cops to show up so our visitors will see that everything in this city is under control. No! Reckless endangerment. One of the workers from the construction site says that another one of the guys came to work drunk and climbed up a crane. The man could hardly stand, and it didn't seem like he understood what was happening. Reckless endangerment. A pet store saleswoman reported a delusional customer who stood staring at the snake section, then suddenly began smashing the terrariums and throwing the snakes onto the floor. Reptiles should be free, he yelled, scaring away all the other customers. The saleswoman remained calm. It's a good thing we don't carry any poisonous species. I think that would be a crime if you did! Okay, Atlas Corp, we're dealing your job. A drunk crane operator almost crushed one of his co-workers. Demand over loudspeaker, the man stopped.
415.
Good, good. Apparently he was sane enough to listen to the police. Good Good work, you two. I mean, it was only a kid with a knife, so I would be surprised if you didn't have the manpower to stop that, but still.
415.
Reckless endangerment. I don't remember this. Oh, wait, that was the guy with the lizards. Yeah, it's a single guy. I would expect as much. And you give me 8 grand for helping you. Glad to take it. Thank you very much.
311B in progress.
Massive fight, Desire Park. A woman called in to report a fight. There's a bunch of Chinese fighting in the park. Hurry, there's kids around. That's the tournament, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's the tournament. I'll send the lesser characters.
611 in progress.
That! Driving along a road, a trucker noticed a disheveled man wearing a bloodstained shirt pulling a hysterical woman into the forest by her hair. The trucker wanted to stop right there, but then decided it would be smarter and to quickly get to a phone and call the cops. Good man! Good man! This is the time before mobile phones, so credit to you. Good man! I mean, good man for both sides, really, wanting to help, but also realizing you can't really. It was only the Dragon Lair martial arts tournament. Yeah, I thought so. Firefight. Oh, goody. War veteran Asa Pickering got into an argument with his neighbor, Albert Burnham, over the garbage he leaves on the driveway in front of his house. It developed into a serious fight, and Mr. Burnham drew his gun and opened fire. He wounded his neighbor in the thigh, but the wounded man managed to run into his house and return a few minutes later with a gun of his own. The firefight is still going on, and when stray bullets are flying into all the neighboring houses. One of the wild shots wounded the teenage daughter of Alice Hawthorne, who called the police. Serious enough for me to pay attention to it, I see.
Officer on scene.
At the site indicated by the trucker, there's a trail of fresh dirt and blood leading into the forest. Follow the trail into the woods. In the clearing is a bloody woman, and above her, an angry man who's strangling her. The suspect has a frozen glare. It seems he's not himself. Shoot the man with the taser.
611 complete.
There we go. Wonder what's up with him. He was probably high on something. Smuggling. How many frames did this have? 4. Man, these are not very hard investigations compared to what we've been getting over, like, recently. Okay, glorious. The day is over. Moll, you may go home tomorrow. I know you're going to ask. Study. Women use phone sex more than for men. Okay. Petty shoplifting charges for pop star Elena Morse. Magpie Publishing House offers free print copies of school textbooks. Wow, that's nice of them. Valuing the education of children. Well done to them. Tasabuki didn't come into work today. Yes, you may go home. Plus you're drunk. You know, I've come to realize what the bar meant in that they're just going to drink more. It's my dog's birthday and I want to spend... No, I'm afraid not. Shut up, Percy. I know you're always trying to get off work. Okay. Okay. Is the music not nice? I'll share that with the staff. I'll take that one for myself. Might as well immediately apply the detectives that aren't at home.
911 in progress.
Theft. A woman called to report that she's caught a thief red-handed. I've had my underwear stolen several times. I leave it to dry in the air after I do the laundry. Today I saw a teenage boy on a bicycle pull my favorite underwear off the clothesline. The dirty boy is riding his bike around the neighborhood right now. Okay then. Koichi, Klaus, go get him. Armed robbery. An addict ran into a diner, threatened everyone with a pistol, and demanded all the cash from the register and the wallets from the visitors. He fired 2 shots into the ceiling. Florida, show him what a real gunman looks like.
Progress.
Bomb threat. A young and hysterical teacher reported that a student brought a bomb to school. The boy was always too serious for a normal child. I always suspected that something bad was going on, and today when Ahem came to class, I heard something ticking in his backpack. I don't think it's real, but I'm gonna send some people. Homicide, but of course. The decapitated body of Bogaz Shahak was found in the window of his souvenir shop. Well, that's pretty brutal, I'll give you that. Man, you're offering me a lot of different works here, and seeing the police, the suspect grabs a woman and points his gun at the officers. You're completely surrounded, stick your hands up and surrender. The suspect suddenly throws off the woman and rushes towards the service door. Jump at him. That's what I expect from you, Floridor. Well done. Coach Spencer Nettles began to molest one of his students in the classroom. She gave him several hard slaps, trying to back him off. But instead, the man became furious and started tearing off the girl's clothes. Oh yeah, that's bad. Purdy, little, go handle that. The terrorist was 8-year-old Ahem, who had brought his new wristwatch to school to show off his friends. Yeah, I thought as much. Why is there so much crap going on? Bomb threat. In the school's foyer, some students found a strange bundle which contained some kind of mechanism connected to the wires and pipes. Most of the building was immediately evacuated. Okay, that is actually pretty bad, and I think I need more people to arrive home, but I can't wait for them to arrive home because there's not enough people! What the hell is this crap?
12 in progress.
Breaking and entering. John Whitman, speaking with a slow voice, said that 10 men tried to climb through the window, but they all tried to do it at once and got themselves stuck. It's damn funny, and a little scary to look at, all like a strange cartoon. Mr. Whitman continued in a strange tone. Doubt you're real! What about this? Child abuse. At the toy store, a baby started acting up, demanding a toy train. The mother first began to scream and then started whipping the boy with all her strength. The clerk called the police, saying the woman is drunk or stoned and barely aware of what's going on. I'm afraid she'll maim the poor child. Definitely bad. Spain, Asano, off you go. John Whitman had a triple dose of his medication and sat all evening staring at a white wall. 10 people stuck in a window wasn't the only cartoon he saw. Thought as much. Destruction of property. Hell on Wheels car dealership. An unhappy customer carrying a baseball bat into the show room and started smashing up cars on display. I brought a brand new car here, but after a month it wouldn't start, and you people wouldn't do anything. The manager tried to intervene and calm the man down, but he's got a crack on the head for his trouble. Floridor, go handle it.
Looks like we have a situation
When he
here.
spots the police, Mr. Nettles releases the girl and begins to move back towards the locker room, saying, "Look, we were just fooling around. Think any of this? Rush the suspect." The coach rushes towards his bag and pulls out a gun. Just go away. You got the wrong idea about this. Shoot him with a taser.
611 complete.
I don't care if I got the wrong idea. My wrong idea is that you're getting out of this completely scot-free, which you're not. That's why it's the wrong idea. Get it?
1111.
I'm funny.
1010A complete.
Bomb threat. I am impressed you did that with Klaus. Drug possession.
Officer,
The woman continues to thrash the boy who seems to have lost lost consciousness. Drag the woman off the child. Sugar Daddy Cafe. We received an anomalous tip that some cocaine is being stored in the back of the coffee shop. Well, considering its name is Sugar Daddy, it would be very apt, but I also suspect it might actually just be sugar.
Trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Afraid I can't do that.
12 complete.
There, thought as much.
410B in progress.
For God's sake, why is there so much crime in this city at the moment? We had peaceful days. Why did the crime suddenly stop? What's the densest thing? Literally stopping crime because the criminals were too scared to go outside. Laurie Kainer, speaking with a lifeless voice, claimed that someone killed her husband and that nobody cares. I've just buried him in the ground. Can you tell me why nobody cares? This is murder. Isn't that your job? That is definitely a false alarm. but let me see what the other thing is. Two guys waiting to get into the nightclub refuse to share a place in line with each other and started a fight. Security has decided not to intervene. Fitchback, Koichi, Klaus, go do it. Meanwhile, you handle the homicide.
Looks like we have a situation.
There's nothing suspicious
here.
in the cafe's dining room. There's a couple sitting at the table quietly, waiters walking around. Behind the bar is a beefy bartender. Ask the bartender to show you the back room. The bartender throws a coffee pot at the cops and pulls out a gun from under the table. Flip the table and hide behind it.
1111.
Yeah, we're the drug dealers of the city, not you guys. My god, the moment I discover, like, their political views and we discover that, you know, we have some form of,
In progress.
whatchamacallit, some really stuck-up, high righteous person, we're gonna be so screwed.
We've got a situation.
One of the
here.
participants in the fight grabbed a bottle of beer and smashed it against the wall. He's wielding the splinters like a knife. His opponent grabs his hand and places another at his throat, shouting something. Fire a warning shot into the air. The detainee strikes a police officer and tries to escape. Shoot him with a taser.
311A complete.
Thank you very much. Hinderhill reports that her neighbor, Tamara Poscara, was having a fight with her husband during dinner, and she just grabbed a kitchen knife and stuck it in his neck. She absolutely lost it. She turned on the gas and is going to light a fire and blow up the whole apartment with the children inside. She won't listen to me. Not sure how real that is, but whatever. Laurie Calder's husband died of cancer, which he'd been suffering with the past 4 years. During the funeral, the woman crumbled under the mountain of sorrow and fell into shock. She's unable to account for her action. Yeah, I thought as much. I just felt we should send someone there to console her. But that's not really the job of the police, but still. Assault with a deadly weapon. 6 young men were playing kickball and had accidentally smashed a shop window. The shop owner came out to deal with the situation, but the men beat him up and just kept on playing kickball. What is with this town? Why does everyone think it's okay to beat everyone up? Disorderly conduct. 2 immigrants are drinking alcohol on the park bench and shouting loudly in Bulgarian. Any passerbys who comment are shown the middle finger. I mean, I'm not sure if that's really a crime or just being rude, but a man's corpse is lying on the kitchen floor and there's a barely conscious woman sitting with a matchbox in her hands. The smell of gas is very strong. Turn off the gas. From the next room comes the sound of crying. The door is locked. Break down the door and take the children out to the street.
410B complete.
I don't even know if the woman was alive. Alright, what happened here then? Okay, smuggling. The smuggler. June Camilo Sanders is an experienced smuggler, very capable of obtaining and smuggling any sort of good across any border. He always comes armed and believes that that's all the protection he needs. Fair. Payment. The city chief is a morphine junkie, and Swan Kamala Sanders is more than happy to fill his need. In exchange for the blind eye, he turns to Sanders' other business. Right. So it's that one. Got it. Packaging. The pieces of stolen car are hidden inside the truck's cargo container. Containers are loaded onto the train cars directly from the truck. Swan Camilo Sands watches while the weight is recorded and container is sealed. For every service, Sanders always pays in cash. Okay. So... Look, I feel it's these 4. I just need to figure out the right combination. That's all. There we go. There we go. Excellent. Where could he be? It doesn't matter. We're not here. There's 3 options. Fucking seriously? You can go to hell with that. The thing that's really holding me back right now are these 2 idiots. It's just those 2 idiots. I don't mind cops dying as much as detectives. Mostly because detectives are nigh near impossible to get their rank back up. Okay, this time, let us see these investigations again. Oh, hello. Oh, I actually got frames this time, instead of someone dying. Thank you. How very kind of you. There we go. You want reinforcements. You know what? Screw it. It's the end of the day. Have some reinforcements. I can't do any of these because whatchamacallit isn't here. John McConnell eats lunch here every day. Takes his old dog to its appointment to the vet. Lives in an apartment in the center. I'll go with lunch, honestly. Excellent. Excellent. The job day is done, and I don't have to worry any further. If I see more drunkards at work, I'm going to flip. Taxi driver foils bank robbers. Animals' rights advocate. People wearing furs are latent serial killers. Worker pinned under blade in sawmill accident. Ouch. Moser didn't come to work today. No, you may not come off to for your thing. No. Stop trying. And where the hell is my detective? I think we're reaching the game where we really need to start determining the bullcrap from the real good stuff. You know? Alright then, guys. I want you to go get that June Calamero, because I think it's the guy at the very end.
710A in
Hostage situation. St. John. Oh, what a good start to the day! Morris Baum frequently visits the intensive care unit, since his daughter had an accident 2 days ago, but this time after talking with the doctor, Morris drew a pistol and took several attendants hostage. I won't let anyone go until you, stupid lazy pig, start doing something about my daughter. It's a man gone off the rails. Typical story, let's go handle it, everyone. Wrong place!
311 in progress.
To hell with you! Vandalism. This is the police. I wanted to report 3 ghouls who came and painted the wall of my house, covering all of my graffiti. I want to report 3 ghouls who came and painted the wall of my house, covering over all my graffiti. I spent a week on that. They destroyed a priceless work of art. That's a fake one.
710A.
During a scheduled rally at the mayor's office, animals' rights advocates were pelted by five decapitated chickens, presumably thrown by the slaughterhouse employees in counter-protest. A massive fight started involving armed men. Eyewitnesses report several people are already wounded. That vandalism is fake. It's got to be fake. A huge crowd of people are beating each other with bats, batons, and dead chickens. Throw the tear gas grenades.
311 complete.
Fuck you! I don't think this game understands what tear gas grenades are. I am not having 4 cops die. The cops I have at this point are unreplaceable. Look at these stats. They are awful. I cannot replace people at this point. Smuggling. Well done. Let us now arrest the gang. Glorious. Marvelous. That's 45 grand right there, all for me.
311 in progress.
I even sent the SWAT to that bloody thing. Yeah, like bullcrap as 4 cops meant to die in that situation. Throw tear gas into the crowd. Thank you. That's how tear gas is meant to be used correctly.
211.
Vandalism. The house was painted by municipal workers who were only doing their jobs. Drug sales. We received several complaints about a man in the park. A whole stream of people are going past. They shake his hand twice and then they move on. Witnesses believe that he is selling drugs. Well, I don't, but I'll send the 2 newbies. Mass riot, oh goody. A new boutique advertised a sale. Hundreds of people showed up at the event. When the doors opened, the store's visitors rushed in and started a stampede. A fight quickly broke out, and many customers took advantage of the turmoil, fleeing the store without paying for their goods. I really can't help but hate this town.
1010A in progress.
Bomb threat, Artius Tower. A man strapped with dynamite walked into the insurance company's offices. He says he's going to blow himself up unless the company immediately pays him everything they owe. And what, good chap, do they supposedly owe? Offender caught. Oh! He was real? Victor Rush, dumb. Mr. Boyd, hi. I had to dismiss one of my assistants who helped me with the hives at the apiary, and in retaliation he took all of my hives to the landfill and stole all my beekeeping suits and other equipment. I need 3 strong men who can pick up the hives from the landfill and who aren't afraid of a few bee stings. I'll owe you one. I'll give your men a year's supply of honey. You know what? I got 3 men right here who probably fit the bill. I must admit, the Mafia are very quick at selling these explosives to people who might want them. Receiving stolen property. In a plea deal, a jewelry store robber confessed that some stolen goods are being stored in a warehouse at the port. They are there now, along with his accomplices who are armed and presumed dangerous. Okay. Boss, everything went fine until Nordlander tripped and dropped a beehive. The bees went crazy and swarmed all over it. The poor guy died of anaphylactic shock on the way to hospital. We got stung way too much. Bull fucking crap. I am never gonna finish this game at this rate, am I? I'm afraid 3 grand is not enough for the life of one of my cops, Mr. Victor Josh. So, I'm just going to ignore your little thing there. Homicide, Desire Park. While she was jogging in the park, the chief of the Freeburg Philanthropes Charity Fund was shot by a young man in a ski mask. 2 witnesses tried to detain the attacker, but he opened fire, then hid in the public toilet. Well, we can send some people to go and handle him. I'm sure. The police pull up to the warehouse. Inside, there are sounds of cheerful talk and laughter. A policeman accidentally brushes it past a trash can, and it rolls on the ground with a clatter. Who's there? A voice asks from behind the door. Ready your weapons and prepare for an assault. The bolt on the door flips, and the door swings open slowly. A man with a gun peeks out. Kick in the door and storm the building.
913 completion.
Well done, guys. Well done. Oh, fuck off, game. What is this bull crap? It's a lone guy with 1 gun versus 4. Those numbers don't make sense. Oh, I only have another 80 goddamn days to go. Oh, good. I wonder how long this one's gonna take. Especially if I can only get through like 4 days an episode because they keep killing me. Because 1 guy can apparently kill 2 extremely can kill 4 well-armed cops somehow. I wouldn't mind so much if it was a proper thing. I would still restart, but that's besides the point. But a singular guy! That's where I draw the line! I just really don't think there should be an RNG factor on people just randomly dying. Like, you can't just say, let's roll the dice. Oh, that there is a 3. I guess everyone dies. Who cares if they have a sum total of 50,000 professionalism? They all just die.
410B complete.
That's better. That's better. Apparently all you need to do is outnumber him 5 to 1 instead of 4 to 1. No, he can handle 4 people, but 5? No, that's way too many. Assault with an offensive weapon. A passerby noticed a taxi brake abruptly at the curb and saw a fight going on inside the cab. The guy in the back broke through the partition and he was shouting something and holding a knife to the driver's throat. I feel so sorry for this city. Thank you. Thank you. Dear bloody Christing hell. Let's just get this day done, move on to the next, and we'll see what kind of bullcrap we're dealing with today. Oh, what's going on, Jack? Hello, Martin.
Well, Jack, who's your favorite right-hand man?
Francis Kendrick. But go on.
A very good lawyer. Very good. Invented a way for you to keep your job. Though invented is hardly the word. He has a whole scheme. A big plan.
Oh, really?
I just had him on the phone. He's so full of ideas I could hardly get off. Believe me, Jack, this guy knows his stuff.
Okay.
Wow, I do not know what to say, Martin. That's wonderful news. Can I meet him?
Yes, of course. He's not a local. Right now he's in court on the other end of the country, but he'll be with us in 8 or 10 days. When he gets to Freeburg, we'll sit down, the three of us, and we'll work through the details.
Okay.
Sounds great. And now you want something from me?
Not at all. Yes. No. Well, I mean, part of his plan is a big public campaign for your support. Talk to the press, lots of interviews, maybe even a few street demonstrations.
Okay.
And it would be nice if your family was there with you. I know you're not talking with your wife, but maybe your children could...
No. Listen. My oldest son and his fiancée have arranged some sort of a trip around the world. A big 7-month tour.
Okay.
His girl's from a wealthy family, so they're taking him with them, along with my younger kids and a few of their friends.
Ah.
They're out there roaming the world, and I'm glad they're away from, well, you know, all of this. They don't even know that I'm getting fired, and I'd like it to stay that way.
Okay, Jack.
All
I
right.
thought you might say that. No problem. Oh, it's been a rough day. I think I'll go home and sleep it off.
Fair
Martin,
enough.
Wait. Look, you mentioned that you know Laura and me aren't talking, and, well, you think you could help find her?
Jack, I understand that's been hard on you, but I think we should focus on your retirement problem. We finish this, then we'll figure something out, okay? One thing at a time.
I
All
hear
right.
what you're saying, Martin, but... Jack Boyd.
Well, Jack, you ready to listen to me ramble for an hour or two? I've had a very busy day.
Almost ready. Bear with me 1 second. Yes, Martin, you're right. One thing at a time. Thanks again. Go home and get some rest. We need your strength.
Well, that's not a response I bet it was expecting.
Now I'm ready.
Aww. He puts the rest of the work on hold so we can see it, so we can talk to his friend. That's actually really nice. Military veteran Norris. Freeburg is a war zone. Teachers at University of Freeburg downgrade immigrant students. Slice pizzeria feeds the homeless. Good for them. Birds of a feather flock together. Well, unfortunately, they don't. Because they're not doing anything in this game. Well, everyone, as much as I would love to do the next day, I'm afraid I'm all out of time for today's episode. So it looks like, what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I have been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that, until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.